Today we go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Episode 9 is currently filming over in the UK and the Scottish Highlands, and next up after that they are aiming for, of course, Italy and Sicily. Now, looking past all of this, these past couple of weeks we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie when it comes to all of the different filming locations, set schedules, and even some concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. of possible scenes that could very well be coming into fruition for the final film of this very important movie in the sequel trilogy that hopefully J.J. Abrams gets right to satisfy a lot of fans around the world. Now, one of the descriptions has all to do with Darth Vader's lightsaber and Kylo Ren, one of which consisting of a storyboard description of Kylo Ren sitting in his chambers. Behind him is a shelf with white LED lights behind them. On the shelves, we see Vader's melted helmet, what appears to be a burned chest plate piece, and finally, way to the right, Vader's lightsaber in an open metal box. The saber itself appears to be blown open and completely totaled. It's a very large hole where the switch used to be. Now, currently in the Disney canon, we have no idea as to what happened with Darth Vader's actual lightsaber before we saw it tumbling down that reactor to the Death Star 2 after his son Luke chopped his hand off. Now, looking at Episode 9, the fact that they're digging deeper into the character of Kylo Ren, which is a great thing because we do want to learn more about this character and his connections and his inspirations of his own grandfather, Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker. Now, the biggest question is, we've heard all these different things here lightly in the Disney canon that apparently the Acolytes of the Beyond actually got hold of Vader's lightsaber and sold it off to somebody. Now, in Star Wars Episode 9, that specific somebody could have been perhaps even Supreme Leader Snoke, who later handed it down to Kylo Ren and said, "This was your grandfather's lightsaber. Alright, it's all broken and whatnot, but this is it." So, if we do get to see this on screen in the finalized version of the movie, I think that fans are going to go wild. Seeing Darth Vader's lightsaber in a metallic box, where you do see this blown hole, alright, this hole that has blown through the core of Vader's lightsaber, most likely due to the Death Star 2 explosion, I would assume, or maybe just because it crashed on the planet Endor, or the forest moon of Endor, I should say. But looking at Episode 9, I think that the more Vader relics that we do get to see, the better. Again, to me, Darth Vader is the face of Star Wars, and when you have Darth Vader involved more and more in the sequel trilogy, it just feels a whole lot more connected to the originals and to the prequels. So, in The Force Awakens, we got the melted helmet. In The Last Jedi, we only got some references of Vader here and there. We didn't really get any physical objects that once belonged to Darth Vader in that movie. In fact, the melted helmet was completely absent from The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson wanted to keep it out of that movie. But looking at Episode 9, and since J.J. Abrams is back and he loves the concept of showing these relics of Darth Vader, or what Vader once wore during his, days of ruling the entire galaxy, well before the events of the original trilogy. So looking at Episode 9, I think that there's a lot of potential when it comes to more backstory to the character of Kylo Ren and his connections to his grandfather Darth Vader and the relics that he owns in his very own chambers. Again, Kylo Ren's chambers, a lot of unknown artifacts and relics actually reside in there, in case you guys did not know. One of which is actually Vader's helmet. There's actually a whole lot more in there to be discovered that seems like it will be discovered in Star Wars Episode 9, the film that is going to conclude the sequel trilogy. And getting on to Episode 9 as the final film of this trilogy, I really do feel like that JJ has to get it right. I feel like that he really has to go beyond what fans expect to see. I think he really has to deliver a lot of these different surprises and unexpected sequences in the movie that are really going to shock a lot of fans, truly. You know, looking at The Last Jedi, I wish there were more of those types of things in there, where fans were completely shocked of what they saw in the film. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Darth Vader's lightsaber quite possibly being in Star Wars Episode 9 if the storyboard description actually comes into fruition for the finalized version of the movie, where we do get to go inside Kylo Ren's chambers and see Darth Vader's lightsaber inside of a metallic box. Though it is a damaged saber, it's still Darth Vader's saber. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.